There's no need to complicate things. Let's stick to the basics. We both know what we want. Let's just keep it simple.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Let's Thrive Together, my podcast. My name's Carol Witt, and I'm the founder and director of Young Entrepreneurs Alliance, known as Y.E.A. We are a global coaching program delivered to business owners where they can take their business to the next level. Our 7 pillars teach you how to create and operate from a thriving mindset. We are currently serving students in 39 countries, of which 33 are in Africa. We offer 3 programs, the North America, Team Africa, and our brand new Youth Empowerment Program. They are each 10 weeks on Zoom twice a year, the spring course and the fall course. And we teach the 7 pillars for thriving now. Mindset, guys, it's a big deal. Focus, what you focus on is what you get. Declaration, speak it and make it so. Visualization, your roadmap to your future. Accountability/imperfect action, empowered to keep your word to yourself and others. Creativity, experience your greatness. Community, leadership, empower your community through your bold leadership. We are involved with many of our students' projects or businesses that they've created in Y.E.A. These projects and businesses make a difference in their communities. So guys, do you know how to create a thriving mindset and disrupt the limited mindset? Y.E.A. does. You can get on our wait list for our May 2024 course and become part of our thriving community. You can find our website in the description below, and let's thrive together. Bye now.
There's no need to complicate things. Let's stick to the basics. We both know what we want. Let's just keep it simple.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Let's Thrive Together. Mindset. It is a big deal. And this is my podcast. And I have Susan on as my guest. Rickett. And I want to just tell you who Susan is for me, how I know her. Okay. So Susan is somebody that I met not too long ago, and I met her on a really incredible platform. You might want to check it out. It's called Alignable. And we had an amazing conversation. We really connected. I feel like she's kind of like my soul sister, somebody that really connected to my heart. And immediately we started creating some things. And then I asked her to come on my podcast. But I would tell you, she is somebody that is all about people thriving in their life. She is somebody that supports people that are up to things and want to create things in their lives. And you're going to hear her story. So I'm going to bring her on. And Susan, come join us and share who you are and what you're up to.
Thank you, Carol, for that wonderful introduction. Yes, I met Carol, and we instantly connected. I mean, we have similar ideas and similar beliefs. And what I do is I am a certified dream builder coach, and I help people to dream, to design their dream, to build their dream. And I help people then to, okay, they have the dream over here and it looks really good. And then they're over here and their life over here doesn't look like it. And they say, well, how do I get from here to there? And then I help them to navigate that gap. And there's the things that come up that will try to dissuade them, to discourage them, and tell them they can't have their dream. And I help them how to counter that, and how to navigate that gap and go across that gap. Because we all of us will hear those messages sometimes that are not empowering, that tell us we can't do it, you don't have what it takes. And It is to get beyond that and realize we really are spiritual beings. I mean, there is a creator that made us, that breathes us, that beats our heart, that put that dream in our heart to begin with. That's where the dream comes from. And the power of that creator that's breathing us, that is with us, is far greater and has way more potential than these voices that say you can't have it because your dream was put there by a greater power than you, and there is nothing that you can dream that you can't achieve. you
Yeah.
you just have to stay on that path.
Wonderful. So, and guys, I will make sure that I put how you reach Susan in the description at, from this podcast episode. Okay. And so, Susan, we're going to do an exercise. First of all, we are going to talk about mindset, and we're going to do this exercise. And this exercise, I'm going to explain why I actually put this in my program, my Y.E.A program, because it is so powerful. And I'll tell you why after you do it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you some words. And I found out before we started this that your favorite color is purple. And so you're going to see how that plays in this exercise. So I'm going to say a word to you. And these are pretty empowering and powerful words, okay? But I want you to go to the limited negative side of it. I want you to tell me your thoughts about it, okay? In the limited negative side, all right? So the
Okay.
first word I'm going to give you is light. Light. What's a limited negative side to light?
Well, when you say light, the first thing I think of is a positive feeling. But if I think more about light, I think the negative side of it would be, and me for instance, and there probably are other people too, is I was raised to not have a voice, to not speak, not be seen, to not be heard. And if there's light, I could feel really scared. I might be,
Uh,
and perhaps I'm not worthy to be seen, to be really acknowledged. And the light might put that focus on me, and I might not know how to handle that. I might not know what to do with that. So I could want to pull back into a shell that I was supposed to be in, where I was safe.
Understood. Wow, I got that. Totally got it. Okay, next one. Your favorite color? Purple.
Purple is a color that, on the positive side of things,
Well, no, we want the negative, the
I
limited,
will.
not
Yeah.
the positive. Yeah.
I would normally think feel good, but if I think about it again, purple is the color. It's a royalty color. And that again can put you in the spotlight, and it might demand things of me, ask things of me that royalty, and actually we all are royalty because we are all God's children.
Mhm.
I might feel like it's requiring things of me that I don't know how, and it might be safer for me to pull back and not be invisible,
Got it.
like I was taught I was supposed to be.
Ah,
So it might require that I show up, because doesn't royalty show up?
oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful. All right, the next one. Exercise. What's the
Oh
limit?
dear. When you
Negative.
say exercise, I think about go beating it in the gym, and that feels very negative to me.
Okay.
I I don't like that at all.
Got it. You did not have to go far for that one. I got
I
that.
didn't have to go far for that one. That
Okay.
one is right there.
All right. So yours and my favorite one, leadership.
The negative thing that comes up for me when I hear leadership is
Yeah.
that apparently I think of leadership as having to be the supervisor. I have to know it. I have to know it all. I have to be
Mhm.
in charge of these people, and
Mhm.
I got to know what to say, and I might not know what to say, and it really does not feel very safe.
Oh, I totally understand. All right. So the reason I have decided to add this to my program for North America and Team Africa is this. We do not have to create a limited mindset. It's just automatic. I could go on and on with more words, and you would have a thought. You could have a limited mindset around every word I come up with, and I don't care what they are, okay? They're just automatic, they're just there. We don't have to create anything around them, we don't have to do any work with them, okay? So, and then a created, thriving mindset, you have to do some work. You have to actually really and truly focus and look for yourself what would empower you. So you have to create. And and to create something that lights you up and kicks you back into action, that takes something from you, okay? The other requires no effort on your part at all. Okay. So I want people to be able to see how easy it is. You know, somebody shared with me, one of my students shared with me in the North America course. I asked her what her limited mindset was around community. And she goes, I never thought I had a limited mindset about community. She said, you know, it's kind of like my flowers on my table. I don't think I have a mind. I said, you do. If you focus, you do have a limited mindset about fresh flowers. I'm just telling you, you do. So thank you. That was amazing. And you want to see the kind of the thread that goes with your mindset. What you go toward is very interesting. Things show up around it. Okay. All right. So I have a question for you, Susan. Do you believe that mindset is a big deal? And tell us why.
I believe mindset is a big deal. I believe mindset is like a life or death big deal because you know, if you have a closed mindset, you can't receive your mind will not go where all the great things are. It leaves you stuck. It leaves you aimless in life.
Yeah.
So mindset is really important. If you have an open mindset and you can ask expansive questions and you can do things that expand you
Oh,
and that lift you up,
yeah.
you
Absolutely.
have, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so I have one more question for you, and that is, do you believe that it impacts every area of our life? And do you have an example of how it's impacted yours, either as a limited or a thriving?
I definitely believe it impacts every part of our life. I don't believe there's a part of our life it does not impact. And I can tell you a time in my life, it was a number of years ago. I was in a situation where something had happened that I felt very traumatized by. And, you know, it was kind of a reoccurrence of things that had gone on since my younger days. And
Mhm.
I was working with a counselor, and a counselor said to me, Susan, how do you feel about yourself? And my answer to him was, you know what? I don't know why I don't feel like I did really anything bad, but I just I didn't really have any good feelings about myself. And then when I left, he said, I'd like for you to start telling yourself nice things about yourself.
Mm.
So I went home and I thought, I wonder, this is where mindset opened up a little crack.
Mhm.
And I said, I wonder what would happen if I told myself nice things about myself. Would it ever happen? Would I ever really feel nice about myself or good about myself?
Mhm.
And it was like a little voice in the back of my head said, well, why don't you try it? So I did. I made up a whole bunch of nice things about myself and I had it posted all over and I would say it every day. And
Mhm.
sometimes I would even sing it and hum it and whatever.
Yeah.
And one day there was like a voice that popped in and said, what do you think you're doing? You're just lying to yourself.
Oh.
And then there was like another little voice that came in and said, but what if you kept doing what if it did work? And it's, you know, my mindset was open enough that that's the voice I followed. And then it was a few months down the road I had an experience, and I really believe it was an experience with Jesus. It was in a setting that I had never been before, but something said to me, the only God you ever had was guilt and fear and rejection. But I am love. I love you just the way you are. Now go, you're on a solid foundation now. Now go build what's right for you. And if I had not allowed my mind to my mindset to open enough to say what would happen if I did this,
Right.
I'd have stayed right where I was at.
Wow. What an amazing example. That's exactly what I was looking for. It was an amazing example, and you gave it. Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely. So I have an exercise for you. And this exercise is you said that you wanted to focus on focus. You want to work on focus. So I want to ask you something. It's kind of like we're peeking into your life, like it's a movie, and you're going to tell us when you go to focus and you cannot, when you're not being able to have focus in your life, what shows up in your life? What doesn't show up in your life? What's a missing? And how do you feel if you're not focused?
If you don't have focus, there's actually a lot missing. Without focus, for me, if I'm in an area where I'm not focusing, I don't know what to do next. It's like I'm kind of
Oh,
wandering aimlessly around. I don't
wandering
know.
aimlessly. Yeah. What
Yeah, it's like I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what's expected of me.
expected?
It's like a lost feeling, like a stuck feeling.
Lost and stuck. Woo. Yeah, I get your life. I totally get that. And I think our our audience would get it too. Now, I do know you do focus. I know a lot of things that you're up to and doing, and it requires focus. So when you do have focus in your life, tell us what that looks like.
When I have focus in life, then I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. I
Yeah.
have direction. Um,
Yeah.
I can feel energized. I can feel motivated. It's just like there's an energy with me that is not there if I'm not focused.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, would you say that's a thriving life?
I would say that is a thriving life. It has purpose. It has it has direction. It's a
Yeah.
thriving life. Yes.
Yeah, it is. All right. So Susan, now that you've seen the limited side where there's no focus in your life, and you've seen the thriving side where there's focus everywhere, it's an expression of you. What? What's now possible in seeing both sides? What's now possible for you inside of focus that you didn't come here with, that you see now? What do you see?
Seeing both sides of focus, not being focused and being focused, it helps me to be aware when I'm not focused and to recognize it and to realize that that is not where I want to be.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly it. You now see that is not where you want to be. That's
No.
so great. I love that. Thank you. All right. So, one more exercise, and you're going to love this one because guess what? This is where the magic comes in, and I know you like magic.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, let's create. All right. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to quiet your mind because kind of you've been listening, you've been talking, you've been sharing. So quiet your mind for a second. And I want you to tell me when you go to focus, this is where you're going to disrupt, you're going to distinguish the mindset that's running, the limited mindset that's running. You're going to distinguish it and then you're going to disrupt it with something that's way more powerful. So when you go to focus and you get stopped, what do you hear your mind telling you in stopping you from focusing? What do you hear?
Well, you're not good enough. You don't have the training that it takes for this.
You don't have the
You're just
training.
putting yourself out there so you can fail, you can fall, you
Oh, you're gonna
can,
fail. Oh, yeah. Oh, so
and then
yeah.
what are people going to say about you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's the cherry on top, right? What are people going to talk say about you when you do fail? So I have a question for you. Um, if you keep listening to that, will you focus? Will you be able to bring focus into your life?
Not the kind of focus I want.
No, you will not.
Not at all what I want.
You'll get so stopped. You'll get so blocked. Yeah. So we don't want you stopped because you got a lot of things, a lot of love and a lot of energy that you're going to bring to a lot of people. We don't want you stopped. Okay. So I want you to create something. So my mind says, Carol, what are you thinking? You can't focus. Focus is not your friend. You never focus. That's what I say. So I created Focus is my superpower. And it kicks me right back into action and it lights me up and it empowers me. I feel powerful in it. The other one is, Carol, you deserve to thrive. Focus is your superpower. You deserve to thrive. Now, what could you create for yourself about focus that is so much more powerful than that other conversation that's just so automatic and wants to steal all of your goals, all your dreams, and all your commitments? What could you create about focus for yourself?
The first thing I would create for myself for focus, I would remind myself to stop and breathe and remind myself that I'm not even breathing myself. There's a power greater than me breathing myself. And then I visualize and I hear that power talking to me. And that power says, Susan, you woke up this morning. I gave you what I had to give of myself. I gave you life. I gave you the
Oh,
very thing that I am. You gave me life and I gave you this dream. And I would never give you a dream you can't have.
oh. So, so what is focus for you, Susan? Because you just said it. I heard it. What is focus for you? It's my superpower. What is it for you that kicks you right back into action? Huh.
It is reminding myself of who I am and what I have access to.
Mm.
It is connecting with that infinite power that is greater than I.
Focus connects me to the inner power. That does that light you up? Focus.
That lights me up
Yeah.
because I have a connection to the infinite. I
Yes.
am not in this alone.
No, you're
It
not.
is actually not even my dream. It's the dream from the higher part
Yeah.
of
So
me.
focus connects you to your inner power. Ooh, that is powerful. Powerful. That is magic. That is magic. Thank you. Oh, Susan, that was exciting. How was it for you? How did it feel to create something that is like armor for that limited negative self-talk that's going to steal everything you want in your life? How's it feel
It
that you
is
create that?
it is powerful. It's really powerful.
Yeah.
It when I create that, I don't have to go down that rabbit hole. I
Mm.
mean, it lifts me up, it expands me, it empowers me,
Yeah.
it fills me up. And when I'm filled up with that, there is no room for that other chatter that comes
Mm.
in.
Mm. Focus is my access to the inner power. I love that. I am going to create a Canva for you, and it's going to say, Susan, focus is my connection to my inner power. Ooh, I
It
love it.
is.
And I'm going to make an amazing, amazing image for you that you can have on your phone. When you start hearing that little chatter, you want to just pull it out and it's going to say, Susan. It's going to talk right to you. Okay. And you're going to know you created it. How cool is that? Yeah, you created it. You heard what you say to yourself and you created something that's so much more powerful. Bravo, bravo. Really, really great work. Okay, so I want to just remind you, remember, mindset, your mindset is your beliefs about it. It's your thoughts and your position, and it's your shoulds and should nots about that area of life. And that area of life is focus that we're talking about. You uh, keep looking for the beliefs that limit your actions. Keep looking for them. Now that you have discovered the beliefs that hold you back, now you can create. Now you know how to create. I do this exercise myself. I create so many things for myself. So use this, okay? And remember also, it's a choice. Mindset's a choice. Now you know you've got a limited, and you know you've got a thriving. You get to choose. And the power is in you distinguishing. You've got to hear what stops you. You've got to distinguish for yourself what is stopping you, what that conversation is. And once you can distinguish it and hear it, you can create something that's so much more powerful, so much more empowering. Power empowering. You get to say it's your life. You get to say. And you get to say where you're handing that power over to a limited mindset that wants to steal everything you have, or a thriving mindset that wants you to thrive in life, right? So just know you're the only one that can create an empowering uh, and something that lights you up. You're the only one that can create it. Nobody else can. Okay. So I have a question for you. So after doing this exercise, doing the exercises with me, being on my podcast, what value are you taking away for yourself? What did you see for yourself in doing this with me?
I see that I am a powerful person. I was not left without tools. I was not left without what I need to navigate through this. It is there for me. All I have to do is open up my mindset. And a lot of the tools really come in the form of, well, you said it, it comes in the form of what I think.
Yeah.
And the thing of it is, nobody can think those thoughts but me. I am the only thinker of my thoughts. So what I know is that I can look at my thoughts and I can say, is this thought empowering me, or is this thought closing me up, it contracting me?
You can start questioning. What are you listening to? What are you giving power to? Yes, you can.
And
Oh,
questions are very powerful.
they are very powerful. And they can be very disempowering when you start questioning yourself. Absolutely. So I really want to thank you for being an amazing guest. I knew we would have a great time today. I just knew. And thank you for how you worked with me, what you created. Oh my goodness. Um, our audience is going to love it. And I'm asking you, please share this episode when I put it up. Please share it with all the people that are connected to you so they can see what you created in your life. Okay.
Okay.
I want to thank everyone for joining us for another episode of Let's Thrive Together. And guys, mindset is the biggest deal. Thank you. Have a thriving night. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
There's no one